Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Edwards. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you've been outside at all today, I'm sure you've noticed that it was hot out there. But are these temperatures going to stay? WVUA's Daniel Sparkman joins us now with the first look at our weather forecast. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, it was a very nice day out there. In fact, I got a little sunshine going on up here on my forehead because I was out today. Looking at the Tuscaloosa Tower cam now. I said I had a little sunshine on my forehead in case you missed that. We had University Boulevard here across Tuscaloosa. Some very nice temperatures across the two-state region. 77 right now in Tuscaloosa, 76 in Birmingham. Over in parts of Mississippi, 72 in Jackson, and 70 in Meridian at this hour. We did see a few clouds and some pop-up showers across the two-state region today, but we're expecting some very beautiful skies for our Sundays. You can see mostly clear to clear skies tomorrow. We'll start out the day in the upper 60s, and our afternoon high will be in the middle 80s. I'll have your full forecast coming up, Jennifer.
Thank you, Daniel. This warm weather has many folks wanting to get outside and in the garden. But for some, gardening can be stressful. WVUA's Taylor Sanders has some easy tips for planting your spring flowers.
Spring will be here in less than a week, and for many Tom Thumbs, getting out to the garden couldn't come fast enough. But local gardening expert Joe Millwood says planting the right flowers can increase the beauty of your garden.
Really, for flowers, you're going to do stages. You're going to have your early spring, like you see here on your annual containers, in the begonias and the Gerber daisies and things like that you see. But then you're going to go in stages, and then that's when your hostas and stuff like that are going to pick up and take over. Those are your summer flowers that can withstand the hot temperatures that these can't.
And Millwood says once you pick your favorite flowers, planting them can be as easy as digging a hole. But there's one key element to keeping them healthy and beautiful.
Water. It's the biggest thing. Too much is going to make it wilt, too little is going to make it do the same thing. This really boils down to water management, keeping it moist, keeping the soil moist so that the flowers stay healthy. After that, then it's dogs and kids.
And as for any misconceptions?
It's hard. It's inconvenient. It takes a lot of work, and it doesn't.
While Millwood believes the idea of gardening can sometimes be overwhelming, once you know the basic steps, any average Joe can grow a green thumb. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Taylor Sanders, WVUA News.
Millwood also recommends using mulch to cover the roots to keep in the moisture. Many people took the time to celebrate St. Patrick's Day today, so the color green was not uncommon around Tuscaloosa. The celebration started early with a free breakfast at Innisfree and rolled on into the afternoon. Businesses handed out special food and drinks in honor of the Irish holiday. Some Tuscaloosa residents even dressed the part. WVUA spoke with some of the local businesses that joined in on the festivities. Employees told us today that it was a great way to end a beautiful spring break.
It's a great day outside, nice warm weather, keeping the cheer going. Spring break's just now ending, but it's a good day to come out and have a good time in the sun, get some food, get a couple of drinks, you know.
We've got a lot of things going on here. I'd say that it's different just because the origin that we come from is not known by many people, and it's just a day to experience that.
Some businesses told WVUA St. Patrick's Day was also a great way to boost sales after a slow spring break. Many people in Tuscaloosa will be having their traditional corned beef and cabbage dinner tonight in honor of St. Patrick's Day, and the Women's Auxiliary Club of the VFW Post 6022 are doing just the same, but to raise money for a cause that hits close to home for many, cancer. WVUA's Courtney Highfield has more.
I mean, you never know. It could be you.
For members of the Auxiliary Club, cancer is a disease that hits close to home. That's why it's so important for them to not only raise awareness of cancer, but to also raise funds.
You never know until you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you that you've got cancer. And it's something that a lot of people have had, but you know, you never realize the impact it has on people till it happens to you.
Turner says he wants to raise awareness so that others don't have to go through what he did.
To go into the waiting room and to tell my wife, you know, they finally found out what's wrong with me and I have cancer, to see that look on her face was something that I don't want to go through again.
The Auxiliary Club wants to provide a support system for cancer patients simply because they've been there.
And I want to donate to this cause in order to help others that have cancer. So it really raises your awareness of it because, you know, you say cancer, people have cancer, and then you start noticing the numbers of people that have cancer.
If I ever need it, I hope I don't, then I know that I've got a bunch of people that are going to support me.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Courtney Highfield, WVUA News.
Some of the proceeds from tonight's fundraiser are also going towards the Fisher House Foundation for Traumatic Brain Injuries. And the Tuscaloosa City Council is considering a new zoning ordinance for homes being built in areas devastated by April storms. According to city officials, the new ordinance would specify what materials could be used in the rebuilding of homes, apartments, and duplexes. The City Planning Commission will vote on the new standards Monday. The ordinance would require that most of a home's exterior be made materials, like brick, stone, or wood. If approved, the ordinance would go before the full council in April. And in your crime watch, 2 Tuscaloosa men have been arrested and accused of breaking and entering into several vehicles. According to Sergeant Brent Blankley with the Tuscaloosa Police Department, the offenses occurred Monday at Quail Valley Apartments and the Summit Condominiums in Tuscaloosa. Police say 21-year-old Robert Raymond was charged with 6 counts of unlawful breaking and entering of a vehicle, and 20-year-old Mason Johnson was charged with 3 counts of unlawful breaking and entering of a vehicle. According to officials, both suspects were placed in the Tuscaloosa County Jail pending bond on Friday, and more charges may be pending. Now Tuscaloosa police need your help to identify 3 suspects who are possibly involved in a theft at a well-known jeweler. Police say the theft occurred at Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers on Greensboro Avenue around 12:30 Wednesday afternoon. Police say the 3 suspects got away with a Rolex watch, and they say it is possible that the 3 suspects in these pictures dressed as females are actually males. If you have any information that can lead to an arrest, call Crime Stoppers at 752-STOP, and you could get a cash reward. And in your election watch, Alabama Governor Robert Bentley has some words of advice for 2012 presidential hopeful Mitt Romney. Governor Bentley says the next time Romney campaigns in the Deep South, there are certain things he should leave out of his campaign. Bentley says the former Massachusetts governor should cut out the y'alls and the references to cheesy grits and just be himself. Governor Bentley said it would have been better for Romney to say, "I don't talk like you, but I would appreciate your vote." Romney got beat in the Alabama and Mississippi presidential primaries despite being the front runner in the race. We have much more coming up on the news at 10. Just ahead, the American soldier accused of a shooting rampage in Afghanistan is now back in the U.S. We'll hear reaction from his neighbors and friends.
And later in home team weather, we've got clouds over parts of the 2-state area, but will we see more clouds through the end of the weekend and the first of next week? I'll tell you in just a little bit.
And coming up just a little bit later, we'll have your latest from Alabama's home team sports.